I wish good things to you who's watching this. I am Alexey and we're up for another unusual video today. So normally this channel is devoted to competitive Carcassonne, but we're trying something very different again. So as you may know, I do a bit of Catan now and then. I do not consider myself a strong player really. However, somehow I managed to win the arena season. Most recently on BoardGame Arena, and also until recently, until about a month ago, I had the highest rating on the platform. So I don't know, maybe I was doing something right, and that's one of the reasons why we're doing this video. I also know a bunch of you watch Catan. Another reason is that on BoardGame Arena, the competitive mode for Catan is 3-player rather than 4-player, and there are very few 3-player Catan videos on the internet. Even though I prefer 4-player Catan myself, I think having a 3-player game could be of interest for some of you because it requires a wildly different strategy. So we're going to try and see if we can get a quick pairing. Alrighty, it took us a while, but we are playing against 2 players with whom I'm not familiar, and we're placing second on this board with mid to low or. So what's interesting about BoardGame Arena is, unlike other Catan platforms, I mean, first of all, BoardGame Arena is not really like a Catan platform, it's a board game platform that also does Catan. But there are a couple of peculiar things. One is the time system. So there isn't a fixed time per move, there's just a general time bank which is replenished. So we start off with 4 minutes, which is normal mode, and this means that we get to think a lot about our placements, and then for some obvious moves later in the game, then we can get that time bank back. Also, yeah, of course, blue takes the strong ore. I think they're going to be in a very good spot. Now I need to start thinking, what am I going to do? It's actually really not an easy board, because we're not getting that 5 ore no matter what. What else? High wheat, decent brick. There's a bit of everything. There's a bit of everything except for the ore. Now the thing, let's say if I take one of those nice ore spots. So let's say if I take 8-4-3, my opponent goes 5-10-9 and like 6-3-11. It looks like I'm screwed no matter what. And also, yeah, blue is going to do great. Also, I could take actually, I could take 5-9-10 myself. Oh, yeah. I could take 5-9-10 myself, point to the wood port. Then my opponent, let's say, takes something like... Well, I guess we have to hope they take 8-4-3 brick and 6-3-11, which they won't. They're probably going to go for the 8-4-3 themselves, but then they can't race me for the wood port, and then I get 6-11-3. I get a little bit of ore. How else can we win this? I do feel like 5-9-10 seems to be the correct pick. It's also decent sheep, decent brick, decent everything. And we are going to get at least one of these 2 spots. There's no... Well, unless my opponent just decides to completely block me and go on 8-4-3 ore and 6-11-3 ore, which I don't think is going to happen. If I get the 8-4-3 spot, I'm happy because I get the wood port, which will in turn be my ore. I get an expansion spot to 5-6-11 if they let me, although I don't think they're going to let me do that. Then, is there a way to go oreless on this board? I don't think so, just because the 8-4-3 is too good. If I take the 8-4-3 myself, I don't think I have any decent outs. I can take the other 8-4-3, but then the resource ratios are just horrible. You do have an overproduction of wheat and then just a bit of ore. So I think we're gonna go here. We're gonna point right and then see what white does. I don't know, maybe they do something silly, like they can go on the 9-12 for the wood port, and okay, they place really quickly. They just want to get all 5 resources, do they? 6-11-3? Yeah, I'm a bit tight for expansion spots. 6-11-3, 6-11-3. So obviously I need to go on the 8-4-3, and then where do I go next? I think I could expand to the right, because I can get on the 6-3 to get more wood, and sort of play like an or we cheap game where I just use wood as port fuel. So then but then where blue goes, where's blue gonna go? Blue's just gonna win. Like blue's gonna go on something like 9-4-11. They have all this tons of space to them. That's a real problem. But what can we do about it? Don't think not much. I guess we just hope that white is going to block blue. Yeah, we still have to do this. We can't race blue because blue is the first to go. They can always take a free road if they really want to. Also, we don't really have that much brick, which is a bit of a problem. They can go on the 9-4-11. They could go on the 9-4-3. It's such a nutted setup. Whites cannot win ever. Oh well, actually they could win. They do have the wheat port. So at least the thing that we can do is we can block the wheat of blue. They have relatively low wheat, so that's nice. That's not good. Do we have any trades? Does anybody need any? Actually, I think I'm gonna offer a wood for brick trades. I'm not, because they're still on lots of wood, but they have more wood than I have brick. So if they accept it, I think that's pretty good for me. Because I will have an overproduction of wood soon enough. Yeah, they rejected it. Unfortunately, I wonder. Because it's something that they need, nonetheless. I should be tracking also, which I wasn't really doing. Well, what? Okay, so this guy has 2 wood. Well, they do have now an overproduction of brick. And I still want that trade. Oh, no, with me. They should take it with white. And if white gets another brick, then they could cut me off to the wood port, and then this would make the game almost over for me. Yeah. Alright, see. Oh, I think I missed a setup. Maybe I could have gone wheatless or something. Yeah, but now I'm not sure what exactly to do. Do we need a wheat to get a dev card? Are we gonna try and do another wood for brick? We got a 4. I do need to pawn off my wood for something though. I don't want to give them a settlement though, because they should have still 1 brick remaining. They now have a wheat. They have 2 wheat. They don't have. That's the sheep. That's what they're missing. So I think actually I'm safe to trade a wood. No. I don't need to wheat that badly yet. Although it would be nice to take away wheat from Blue's hand, since Blue doesn't have a lot of it. They're now 2 cards away from the city. They're 2 5s away from the city. So the good news is that Orange is not going to compete me for the wood port. And I do get even more wood. Let's see. Let's try if we can get... What can we get? Can we get a... I think we can get a city here. They might want our sheep. If they're thinking of a settlement. Well, I don't know what's the level of these players. At least the one who's playing blue seems to be quite decent. No, this is not happening at all. This is not happening. I could give you a settlement for this. I don't know, maybe they agree. They're trying to squeeze me for 2 cards. That doesn't make any sense. But then I guess I'll be forced to buy a dev if they don't accept. The reason why I'm offering this is because this completes a settlement for them. Maybe they value it more than the city, which they probably won't. Now I have to do this. Otherwise I risk 7ing out. I'm not going to 4-for-1 my wood. I'd rather wait for a 10 to roll. The problem with that is if a 10 rolls, then they also get a sheep, which also completes a set for them. And they're also 1 card away from a city. I wasn't paying attention to white. That was kind of quick. I guess if they get an early start, they could win with their wheat port. How did that happen? And now they get a free card for that 8. Yeah, nothing much that we can do. Well, we do get our 10, but then the problem is that blue also completes their settlements. So they're probably going to be quite... Yeah, blue still will be the one to block. I think I still have to go to the wood port first, then upgrade. And then reassess. Interestingly, a wood is a bad roll for me, because like, an 8 doesn't do that much, but it gives a free card to white. And well, I guess blue has their set also. You know, white's going to have access to some ore. White's going to be on all wheat tiles. Yeah, if anything, I'm definitely in last place right now. I have that bit of protection with the knight, but nobody's going to block me anyway. Well, I guess blue could block the 10 brick. Okay, finally. Do we block 2 players? I think it's never a bad idea. On the other hand, I think this guy had 2 ore, but he spent a wheat. So he doesn't have the wheats anymore, at least. Well, wait, does he have 3? It's tough, it's tough. Yeah, we don't want him to have a city. Okay, doing this is fine. Because we either steal one of the wheats or we steal one of the ores. We steal one of the ores, which is great. So then the city is not that threatening. I guess we pass. I don't think anybody wants our woods. We're not trading anything else. With 3 players, it's not worth 4 for 1ing just yet. Because it's also not clear what's exactly to 4 for 1 to. Well, I guess it would be worth 4 for 1ing for a settlement now, I think. Well, because we have 8 cards, we sort of have to. Just gotta dodge a 7. And 11 is not great because it gives a rare sheep to white. $12. Yeah, I guess we just have to do this for a brick. Get the wood port, then try to build a city. Yeah, there was no way how we were getting a city. And I think we pass and just hope a 7 doesn't get rolled, because then if a 7 gets rolled, somebody could steal my ore. Of course we roll a brick now, but it's fine. We'll still have use for it. We can go to the 3-6. I think this is our next tile. This is our quick expansion spot. We could then expand to the 3-1 port. Or if blue lets us, and then we could pull a roll building and go to the like 9, 10, 11 or something. You know, it's never too bad to dream. 11 is a very bad roll for us because that basically gives white a dev. Five. Can we do anything? I don't think so. Yeah, I'd rather just wait. Nobody's gonna want our brick, I think. Cause and also it's now just rolled anyway. Everybody has 1 dev now. Well, let's see if blue has a knight. They probably don't. Okay, and now I have our almost road settle. They don't have a knight. They don't have a knight. 6. I do feel like I still have to stay put. Just wait for a couple of 8s or something like that. It's not worth buying another dev because we need to hold on to that wheat for a settlement that should get us a city a little bit quicker. We still have 1 knight for protection. Yeah, so we're just going to just pass. The thing, both on BoardGame Arena and with 3-player in general, like there's way fewer trades. Way fewer trades. So now we have a surplus of brick. It was unfortunate that we had to 4 for 1 that wood, because then it forced us to do things inefficiently, but we had to do that turn because we had 8 cards. Yeah, so we could have had 3 more woods right now had we, you know, risked. White is going for longest road, and it does seem like a weak move to play a road building like that, because I think they need to wait until they have the settlements in hand. Yeah, they're trying to build onto the 9-10. But then what blue can do now, they can play their own road building if they have it, or they can just do an extra road and build on the 2-9-10 or on the 8-10-3. It would be great if white actually built on the 9-10-11, because then this would really impair blue. We could go both black together, and now I think, because white is on 6 points, I should not be getting blocked. I think. Okay, he blocks the 8, that's good, so I don't have to play my knight necessarily. If I could get 3 wood somehow, that would be great, or like some road building. Then I could build on the 10-11-3 myself. But that is quite unlikely to happen. 9. It's not good. Because now I need to take a decision whether to take another dev or to port my sheep. But I really don't want to be 4-for-1ing. I could port it into an ore. That ore could get stolen. No, I feel like I have to buy a dev here and just hope that I get something nice. It's a knight, we'll take it. And then probably, so we're on 4 points of this. Yeah, we just have to like wait for wheat or something, or steal wheat. Will anybody want my sheep? Unlikely. Here's the wheat, which is also an ore for blue, and also a wheat for white. So a 5 doesn't really give me that much, and if anything, nothing gives me like a lot. Because all my opponents are on the same numbers as I am. All right, please take the... Okay, the wheat, that's fine. So that's not the best way to use a monopoly, I think. Okay, they wanted to build there quicker. I don't know why. So they took only 3 cards with the monopoly. That's basically a single roll. And they didn't even build the city. Like, if anything, with the monopoly, they have to wait way further. Way longer. 10. Until other players have cities, and they have to try to win with the monopoly. Now, I don't think it's worth saving up. We might want to start playing our knights at some point. But I don't think the situation mandates an aggressive knight just yet. I think I can just build 1 road and pass, and maybe have 1 more settlement on the 6-3. If a single 3 rolls and I get 2 ore, and there will be my city. Once I build a city on the 8-4-3, I think we'll have a faster game. Interesting, they don't buy another dev. Oh, you're right, because the wheat was monopolized. And I'm not fully tracking right now, but I know that I quite like the 8 block and let it stay in the same place. I know that I could use a 5. That is a good roll, because we get to make our hand actionable. We get to go to 4 points. We're on an extra wood tile. I think now we should go a little bit faster. This 10-11-3 spot doesn't look quite realistic. I think if we just get on the 3-1 port, yeah, we could use a 3-1 port because we could port the sheep. Sometimes we could even port the brick in later game, because I'm not going to compete for road. My win condition is clearly army. So we need to build a city and then start playing some knights. Now let's see who is going to get robbed here. I think the block is... I'm not sure what the correct block is, but I know that he'll probably block the 8 woods, or never mind. Let just them attack each other. But then now blue plays his knight. Probably gonna block the 8s again. I need to get into the army array somehow. I probably soon will have to start playing my knights. On the other hand, I do like the 8 block, and it does seem like white is ahead. White will have the road uncontested. Blue's setup looked formidable at first, but you know, it doesn't seem to be that strong. It's because blue is just buying devs all the time. They have to be at least at 5 though. And they're at 0 cards. 6. So we do start benefiting from that wood a little bit. Now the question is, do we build a road? I think it's okay to hold at 7, but what are we holding for? Let's say if we get something like a 3. Yeah, 3 is basically a city. Or we could build a road to the 3-1 port, then build in the 3-1 port, then try to convert the sheep. You know what? I don't want to be losing any more cards. I'm probably going to build this road. We're going to have to expand there anyway. We don't have this many expansion spots. It also protects our hands a bit, because everybody will be able to steal pretty much only sheep. On the other hand, if an 8 rolls now, and then a 3, then I'd be short of like 2 cards instead of 1 card for a city. 10 is not what we need. 10 is kind of useless. It just clogs my hand and gives others dev card material. All right, wood tile. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Think we have to go. Yeah, let's go here, and let's try get some of those precious ores. And also, blue is my dev card competitor. Anyway, that was really not what we had to do. Blue is complaining, but they really shouldn't. Now, porting my sheet for wood seems a terrible idea. Should I do? No, I should not do it. Think the play is to port for an ore and hold. But then the thing is, if I build the settlement first, then I will be able to port 3 sheep. Is there reason to hold in 8 cards maybe? Then we just discard the 4 sheep. Because then we lose 3 cards. No, we don't lose 3 cards. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments what do you think the correct play here. Like, is it worth just staying put at 8 cards, given that there's a 64% chance of a 7 not hitting, I think. 83 times 83. It's more than 64, it's like close to 70. Let's do the proper thing though. Yeah, let's just do this. And just wait, because we have enough devs. We need a city first. We need a city real bad. Well, at least we were right with the port. I'm not sure if we're gonna get stolen from... It would be disappointing if they steal an ore. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I'll make sure to block whites next time. I might block the 8, I might block the 4. I do feel like blue still has some long-term potential with their ore control, with their good numbers, with the 3-1 port, with their 2 down devs. At least one of them is a victory point. Interesting. Will they revenge rob? No, they're not. They're blocking whites, as they should actually. How much sheep can I have? So the game has been a bit dry for 3s. I think not a single 3 rolled. We are reliant on 3s rolling at least a couple of times. I mean, now it's a big problem though. Can we get some ore trades? And also, even woods don't roll. Well, can we get some ore trades or not? I think if we can trade them... Will they agree to this? I wonder, is it worth to go fishing? Doesn't seem so, but it's a 25% chance, and I could really use that city, couldn't I? Oh wait, never mind. I hallucinated. I don't have a 3-1 port yet. Yeah, let's just buy another dev, and still not play knight. Because I'm happy that these two are stealing from each other. In fact, I didn't get stolen from even a single time. Okay, so now we can build in the 3-1 ports. Then we can convert just everything for a city. Huh. There's a long-awaited 3, but I can't use it now. I will need like well, I would need many things. 10, huh? It does seem to me that I still have to build there, and then just wait for more cards. Basically, just hold. One more brick gives me an ore. Then I just need to roll some 4s. The question is, do we start playing knight cards? No, I think we're gonna wait just a little bit. A 7 would be nice, because blue has to be quite close to a city. I'm not that good at track, unfortunately, because it was also like my first time ever commenting on Catan whilst playing, and I do feel like I play better when I don't comment. Now, White is building to the 3-1 port, but they're probably not aware that they're out of settlement spots. Well, 7 would be nice. A 6. Okay. So actually we are quite close to a city. What would need to happen? I think this would be place to play an aggressive knight and block home. Probably block white. If we get a wheat, then we get a city. If we get an ore, then we get a city. If we get a wood, can we try and get a wood trade first? That actually would be pretty nice. I think white might say yes to this. Because the idea is this, if they accept, then I can steal a second wood. Oh, no, I'm not giving you an ore. I'm trying to get an ore. What else can I offer? I don't think I can offer anything. I think I can... just gonna try and play an aggressive knight. Bingo! Look at that. It's huge. Then we're gonna get our city. We should probably get the city on the port fuel. Because then 8 is a free card. A 4 is a free card and then some. Yeah, I would say this does make sense. The 5, 9, 10. I don't need that much wheat actually, because I will need it to buy more dev cards. But basically we go, yeah, we're just gonna try and dev card now. And now also if we get an 8 or a 4, oh, a 3, that's, I was going to say that's nice, but now we need more wheats. I can't complain about a 3 ever though. I mean, how to win? I think basically that we win with city, 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 and army. Unless blue beats me to it, which they very well could, but they have at least one VP. That second card could be a knight. A 10 is a good roll for me because it turns my useless brick into a wheat. However, I could also use brick in other ways. I could build to the sheep port, for example, or I could build to the brick port. If they steal from me, they're giving me an incentive to use my knights, which is good. They could steal my ore, which is probably what they're thinking. Yeah, good that I have that extra layer of protection. And they steal from white, which is maybe not the best idea, because it puts white under 8 cards. So it's so if a 7 rolls, then white does not lose their cards. Looks like a city's coming on the 5, 8, 10. Oh. They're just getting more and more devs. They can't win, but they can win actually. They just get a bunch of VPs in the settlement. And also this time I can't play a knight because before I roll, because I have 7 cards, and if I play knight before I roll, I will have 8 cards in the 7 rolls, and then I will have to discard 4. So that's a good roll for me. I think now we're going to do... Oh, wait. So now I have to play knight. Now there's a problem. So we have to actually steal from... we can't steal from white because, you know, a 7 could roll. We could block the 4 again, but then blue already has wheat. I think we could block blues, or the next time we block whites. Whites is not dangerous until they build a city, though. They're dependent on 11s. Blue will not like me after this, but that's completely fine. Now, here's a very good question. Do we build roads? Wait, we could actually just have another city, though. It can't be bad. We could build dev cards. Bricks are pretty rare. I'm not sure if it's the best idea to just pawn away them. But then if I build a city in the 5, 9, 10, it sets me up for 2 dev cards, actually. That's pretty nice. And then if a 9 rolls, that's a free card. So I think it's still worth doing. An alternative is just I drop 2 roads, but that's much weaker. So these and these become 2 wheats. And also we'll get rid of the ores before they're stolen. We could also build in the 6-3 just so that 6 becomes a free card. But I think, well, the 5, 9, 10 has to be just way better. And then we pass. Now I hope that 7 rolls. Great, so they lose their cards. That's why we didn't steal from white. Now, what do we need? We need a city and... Yeah, we need to outcompete blue in army. So even though white is more ahead, we may be more incentivized to actually just keep robbing blue, but the great news is that blue is still getting robbed a lot. Blue could be at 8, actually. Maybe I should keep robbing blue no matter what. But white could also be at 8. K5. Now I have to rob blue because it's a 50-50 ore. Blocking the 4 is fine, I think, because it still hurts them. We didn't get the ore, but at least we got their only wheat from the hand. If I get a 3 now, that would be great. I'll take a 4 because my opponents, they now both miss out on their wheat, and I also get a bunch of wood, which will become ores immediately. So I'm going to try and take over army on the next move. No, that's a victory point. Maybe we'll have to build to 10 then. So the alternative will wait for a bunch of... No, we can't wait for 10. I think we need to do this. Actually, if we get a victory... No, if we get a knight, and if blue doesn't have a knight, let's say if they have 2 VPs, then we just get the win. And then if blue does have a knight, then we can still buy another dev card. So blue is saying question mark, as if like, why are they getting robbed? That was not from this time, that was from earlier before. But even then, blue had... Oh, I get a win. That's nice. Before I do, though, I still... Because like 11 points win are allowed, so I'm going to roll first, cheekily. I see if I can... Yeah, we can't really buy anything, so we're just going to play a knight. And maybe steal from white this time. Just so that blue doesn't get offended too much. All right, well, we do have 10 victory points, so we're going to try and buy an 11th victory point. I'm not sure if that's considered impolite or not. I just like to spend all my cards. Well, we don't get it, but we're going to still take the win, which I think wasn't the easiest thing to do given the starting position. Because blue started with a lot of space, and I wonder how they didn't win. And I think the reason why they didn't win is because they started buying dev cards a little bit too early. So it's not right when the person on the most ore doesn't have a city at all. They didn't have much wheat. Also, we were blocking the 4s quite a bit. I think actually my blocks mostly were fine. And they were pretty easy. There was between the 4, the 5, and the 8. Anything else on the boards seems to be just not impactful. I guess at some point maybe we could have blocked the 10 sheep when blue was about to build a settlement. They were missing a sheep, but I think a 7 didn't roll in that occasion. So let's have a look at the stats. Obviously the most thinking time, but I'd say it's commenting time rather. And I like that BoardGame Arena allows that. Another interesting thing about the timing, I don't know if you notice at all, is that whenever there's a trade offer, which there weren't many in this game, then you can just ignore a trade offer because then your time runs out. So whenever there's a trade offer and you need to respond, your time starts ticking. And conversely, if you want to gain some time, then you're just going to spit out a random trade offer, then your time stops ticking, and then your opponents need to respond. Okay, what about the dice stats? 7s, 6s, and 5s. So you see lots of 5s for the blue to win, more than enough. We're kind of all of us were on a 5. Lots of 4s. Yeah, I guess that's what did it. Oh yeah, a large amount of 10s. But interesting, like numbers don't matter like that much in this game because we're all in the same number, and this 10, it started rolling, but it didn't really do much for me. It was like the brick, after I had all these expansions, it just becomes port fuel. Whereas for them, sheep is dev card material, especially for white. Yeah, lots of 12s, but we took advantage of it one time because we didn't build on there from the start. And a couple 4s. A couple 4s. Oh, 3s, I mean. That's what did it. Because when we doubled up on the 3, it first of us gave us 2 ore, then we successfully stole an ore from white to get a city. And then the second time it gave us 3 ore, which also gave us another city. So after we set up with the ports, I think we managed to do things pretty efficiently. And also we got quite good dev cards in the sense that we got just the right number of knights to overtake blue in the army battle, and just the 1 VP point so that we don't have to go through the trouble of building one more city again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you learned something from this or enjoyed otherwise. I'm not sure if I'm kind of the best Catan teacher or anything, but I hope some of my thoughts might be interesting to you. I would say please like and subscribe. I'm gonna say please like, obviously, if you like the video. About subscribing, normally it's a Carcassonne channel rather than Catan channel, so I can't promise many more Catan videos. However, if you're into Catan, then probably you're gonna like competitive Carcassonne as well. There's a lot of overlap between the ways of thinking that you need to have for these games. Even though competitive Carcassonne is a 2-player game, do check out some of my other videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you soon.